Hello there. Welcome to my podcast series. Apologies for this episode. Future episodes won't be like this. There are audio issues. You learn from your mistakes. Next time me and Boss podcast, we'll space out a bit more. So you'll hear some echo when we're talking over each other, which isn't all the time, but you're going to hear it. So sorry about that. Again, won't be like it in the future. So Ace Cosplay, aka Chungus, is my first guest. So hopefully you enjoy it. And I'm going to go. Bye. Hello, Chungus.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good.
Good.
It's going good. Thanks for having me on.
That's all right. You're on my pilot episode.
I'm the co-pilot. Yeah.
I'm the pilot. To quote Bodhi Rook.
Rook stole my name.
He did steal your name.
Filthy rebel stole my name.
You're still upset about that, aren't you?
I'll never not be upset about that.
Not be upset about Bodhi Rook from Rogue One.
Stealing the name Rook from Commander Rook. You
Yeah.
filthy rebel.
No, this is the first of a podcast series that I thought I want to do a podcast. So here we are, and it will just be for my own amusement. I don't really care how many views it gets. It's just going to be for the funs of it, because when we did your ones, I just remember how fun it was a couple years down the line, going back and re-listening to them, and just the fun and the stuff we had. Obviously, the ones that we just did at the time of recording, we just did that video slagging off No Limits, and that was very juicy.
Professional slag off, if you're going to call it anything. So yes,
of course.
This is recording done after another.
Yes.
So I'm not just like, surprise, hello, I'm here. In our definitely professional recording studio.
Well, we have got
sofa.
some decent mics now. So I mean, the table we might have to think in the future for when we do stuff together, because the grippage on our mics at the moment is very, very fragile. So hopefully there's not going to be a thud halfway through this, and it's going to be the microphone stands.
ASMR microphone falling on the floor.
Yes, but then we just did that hour long, and that was absolutely fine.
Yeah,
so
good.
But yeah, we're just, oh god, don't buy for No Limits. I say that on Ace's channel, but I'll say it on here as well. Like, don't, whoever
say before your podcast, do not buy for No Limits.
Don't buy for No Limits Designs, because they are an awful company, and they need to change the very foundations of their business. But anyway, this podcast is not going to be about slagging off No Limits, because that's dedicated to your channel.
I do other things, listeners. I do other things.
Oh yes. Why, for the new listeners, why don't you introduce yourself and what you do?
Hello. As you may have heard, I am called Chungus. Not really. That's just the nickname.
Chungus.
Chungus. Thanks to the great Steph Sterling for that one.
Thank God for them.
Thank God for them. Yeah. So
for them.
Yeah. I think it's them.
Them.
Yes, they're non-binary.
Yes.
Non-binary finery, but also
finery,
trash girl, if you like
trash
to call
girl,
them trash girl.
Yeah, but still was happy to be called Jim Sterling on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or just it's very, these things you kind of have to get used to.
You have to get used to, but we support you fully. If it wasn't for 100%. You, we wouldn't be as best friends as we are. So we love you. We love you so much.
They are the reason why we are best friends.
Exactly.
So it's very funny. Anyway, do continue.
Yeah. So hello. Sorry, my name is Aaliyah, otherwise known as Chungus to this one. Also known as Ace Cosplay on YouTube. I've been a cosplayer for 13 years now. Mostly do Star Wars and Spider-Man.
Yes, and a very, very talented individual, I must say. I am but her apprentice.
That's $50 I owe you.
To yes. I know, just pay power to me. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
but no, I'm her apprentice and learning the ropes of the art of cosplay.
We'll get you there one day.
Yes. Well, again, I am still planning. I'm trying to do most of this Witcher stuff that I'm planning currently, and just you'll be there as just an observer and an advisor. So that's what I'm hoping that's going to happen.
Cool.
We'll see,
yeah.
Because the two swords are the thing that getting those kind of as excellent as they can be, because there's no such thing as perfection. That's the quote. Pardon me. That's going to be juicy in the audio.
Hi, this is a classy podcast.
Yeah, this is probably going to go as unfiltered as possible, so I will probably leave that in, because why not? because this
You're
is
welcome.
this is my podcast, damn it. So I can do what I want. If you don't like the part of the if you're not liking the first 5 minutes of this, then you can just go. That's absolutely fine. You do you. You kind of know if you know your taste and you like. Yeah, this isn't for me. That's absolutely fine. But no, those Witcher swords are going to be a little bit of a challenge. So
I have faith in you. I reckon you'll do a good job.
well, we're going to choose some simple shapes, and
I'm just going to be supervisor. You can do all the work.
well, yes. So we'll see how good that's going to be. But yeah. So I thought with how this is going to go, I've got a few kind of topicy things that we both definitely enjoy and what we'll talk about. But obviously, for most people that know you or those that don't, cosplay is like a major thing, and for the both of us, I mean that's how we met, is through cosplay and through your group.
Yes. So basically, cosplay is my thing. It's what I'm known for. It's what I do. It's what I'll keep doing until I cannot do no more. I mean, currently at time of recording, I'm having a break because I got really burnt out on work deadlines and personal deadlines with Comic-Con. I was like, I need to stop for a minute because even I can get a bit bummed out on constantly making stuff. So have a break, do the other hobbies, and then come back in full swing. Guns
You'll be a
firing.
lot more creative. The juices will be flowing.
The juices flow, and there's a list of things to do, not just myself, but for other people. So I'll get to jump between projects, doing different things on different projects, like different disciplines. And one of them is, that's no secret, I'm working on the Green Goblin costume, which involves things I've never done before, but will also really help. I can take stuff that I've learned from my job and learn some new things or just playing about with stuff on my own to bring into my job. So it's a good little balance.
And that's the Broadway Green Goblin, for anyone wondering. That is not the William Dafoe Green Goblin or the Amazing Spider-Man Green Goblin.
Oh no one touches the Amazing Spider-Man Green Goblin. But I did try do the William Dafoe one, but I'm still not good enough working with fabric that I can do the bodysuit, because if you actually take the time to look at it, it's like 4 layers worth of stuff, including armor. It's layered and it's complicated, and getting the colours right is tricky. So yeah, Broadway Goblin is just insane and I love him. So I just want to be insane, and I get to do full facial prosthetics and custom make a wig and do all sorts. It's
out there.
When I first saw it all those years ago, I described it as the Green Goblin on crack, because that's basically what it is. Like on the Green Goblin, he's done like a bag full of cocaine. He's grown spikes and wings, and he's I'm out there. That's what that is.
Which would be a real sight to see when that eventually does arrive on the con floor at whatever event that's going to be. But
the prosthetics are going to be the challenge, because I've never done that before. The rest of it is it's a case of it's time consuming more than anything.
Yeah, well, I bet with the materials you've got to work with and anything new, it's trial and error. Yeah, exactly. It's just going to be trial and error. So
no, I'm looking forward to just going around and just pulling faces at people, and every time I see a Spider-Man, just point at them. There was a Turn Off the Dark Spider-Man at Comic-Con, but they were outside.
I did see them. We did Comic-Con, London, MCM, just gone. Unfortunately, there was a Marvel meetup at 2, but we just missed it because Ock takes quite a while to set up. And unfortunately, we turned up just after and we're like, oh, maybe it didn't happen. And then with most things, pictures were posted and there were actually quite a bit of people at that meetup. And yeah, one of them was Turn Off the Dark. So,
I know. So I hope they
next
stick
time.
around.
There's always next time.
A couple of years when I eventually get the Goblin done, so I can just point at them and go, yo. Don't have the voice, but it's too
most
deep
people
and
don't. No.
I just have to hire Patrick Bates to stand behind me and just do the voice.
That would be quite
That'd be an expensive endeavour.
That'd be expensive and experience.
Yeah.
Maybe you can narrate narrate what you're doing.
Narrate my life.
Narrate your life for X amount of time. But cosplay is a big old one, really, for the both of us. And like I said earlier, that's how we met. I mean, it's funny actually because for people who obviously follow us and are interested, how we met. If we haven't said before, I met you, I want to say a year properly before I joined the IO.
Yeah.
I bumped into you as Kylo Ren.
Yes.
When I actually thought when this is at the time Force Awakens came out, and I thought, oh, there's a little bit of hope here with these films. I'm going to buy a costume, and I bought a Kylo Ren. And who I happened to stumble by with, who did I have to stumble into? Which was, well, I say stumble. You had a sign that says "Hug me."
Yeah, on one side it was free hugs, on the other side it was kiss me, I'm a Stormtrooper.
That's it. I think it might have been the other side. I think it might have been the kiss me, because I think we bumped. Yeah. Because I remember the bumping of the Kylo lid and the Stormtrooper lid. So, and then we had a picture, and then that was it, and it was just carry on. I think you gave me a wristband as well.
Yeah, probably did. Or Mum, who's been my spotter since I started this, and is now into cosplay, so I can't get rid of my family at any point now. Not that I'd want to, but yeah, she's the one who was when we call it touting for business, but it's basically like if you don't have a costume group or you're looking for someone else, you give a wristband, and it's for the imperialoutlanders.com. It's just a website that doesn't have a huge amount on it, but just there's a link to our little Facebook group where we all chat, and if you just want to make new friends, because that's what we're there for, really. We're there for community more than anything else, but we do get to do charity work too, which is always a bonus.
Yes, it's a one big family. I mean, it's lucky that it's actually my dearest dad who stumbled across you, because I think he was on about, he's always wanted to be a Stormtrooper, so he was looking at armor and he found your video and asked you some questions, and I think that's how it started.
Yeah, that's how you guys joined, was through that.
I heard from that. Dad got his costume. I was like, I went on his house, and he didn't say anything, and he was like, before you can say, do you want to try it on, I was like putting a leg on. So and then I ended up buying mine, and then I think we did a Father's Day troop, I think, at your old work. At my old job, yeah. And then it kind of potted along to there, but truly is when we noticed, oh my god, you like the same stuff as me, was at a Medway Comic-Con, and there was a wrestling ring, and we both mentioned Jim Sterling, and then we kind of looked at each other and went, you like Jim Sterling? And then that was it. The friendship was born.
The memes. This is why our nickname for each other is Chungus.
Chungus, because of Jim Sterling, aka Stephanie Sterling. And I still watch their content because they are hilarious, and they give detailed goings on of the game industry, and it helps that they used to obviously write and they know what they're talking about, so they're not just saying nonsense and having no knowledge of how X, Y, and Z works.
They've been in that industry for over 10 years. They know what they're talking about. And now into also professional wrestling. So I think I made an offhand reference to Stardust, and you picked up on it immediately.
Immediately. I remember it very, very well, and then that was it. And they were like, you like the things that very, very obscure.
There we go.
Oh no, the microphone stand has now completely fallen apart. The reference to Stardust was made, and then that was it, I think. And then after that, it's literally been just, I've always been here.
Pretty much. It got to the point where we started watching Steph's videos, when I had some time off work and things, and you were staying around here. It would be it's Monday, and we literally watched Steph's videos
that
together.
Means,
Monday is coming, so we sat and watched their videos, and if there's nothing to watch, we will just put Steph's videos on because they're great and we love her.
Yeah, just the back catalogue. There's plenty of greatest hits of their videos. But yeah, that was the day it clicked, and then that has been it since. I mean, I call your mum and dad my mum and dad. Yeah. You're when people say how many sisters that I got, I add an extra one because of you.
Yeah, I now just introduce you as my brother. Yeah. I'm he's my adopted brother. That's just my best friend, but it's just practically my brother now. I'm
pretty sure your mum said to one of her friends, "Oh yeah, I got my son coming over," and they're like, "I didn't know you had a son."
You don't have a son, and she's like, "Yeah, it's my daughter's best friend. He's practically my son now."
So yeah, it's just been great ever since, really, and
great fun, yeah. Thanks for sticking around for so long.
That's right, and again, it's just and it's all just been because of this group, So that's just how welcoming it has been, and we've got our own. There's a good kind of bunch of people. There really are, and it's all just for a laugh. I mean, we got some event. We've had some events where we think, oh, I don't know how the reception is going to be for the public, but when we're all there, we literally make the event fun for everyone being there.
Terrible.
Yeah, it could be a terrible one.
We have been to some terrible events, but because it's just you essentially go into it with your extended family, we know how to entertain each other and we know how to make each other laugh. So that's what we do, and it's essentially just having like, oh, this isn't going well. We're just gonna make it into one big hangout instead. So let's go get like food and stuff and just hang out in costume because we make the best of any situation when we're all together.
Well, the post troop snackies is always KFC.
Oh, the post troop debrief, we call it. If we all go out to dinner after a troop, if a bunch of us get together, which we haven't been able to do for ages, because of COVID, we refer to it as a debrief. The best debriefs are definitely after when we did the hospital visits, and we all pile into the pub. There's a pub called the Shakespeare outside London Victoria Station. We all pile in there and just have drinks and stuff to eat, and we all sit and just talk and just chat for hours, and then eventually all go home.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the main bar at one point until I think the staff politely said, how many more of you are there? Or a few more coming. So they actually gave us like the private bar down the stairs because there were so many of us, and they had like booths and almost looked like something out of A New Hope, the cantina, some of the booths. That was a really, really great day.
That was great.
So I'm hoping we get more of those in the future.
Oh, we will. We just think things need to go a little bit more back to normal now. We're nearly there, but
almost there. Maybe next year. I mean, like I say, cons are happening. Birmingham is happening this weekend. Just in the UK anyway. They already scheduled more, and it's all just going to be just kind of seeing how it goes. But fingers crossed, next year is going to be a lot more quote unquote back to normal. But I guess the other big old passion, which again, the whole reason conception of this podcast, you were very eager when I said I was going to do it, because you wanted to talk about your other biggest interest, which was video games, which is also my biggest one as well. So yeah, because you apparently never get a chance to talk about games.
No, I don't. Ever really.
Because your channel is a crafting cosplay channel.
It is, even though I have started.
Even though you have done Let's Plays.
Republic Commander Let's Play, which I need to put part 2 up because it's normally there to bridge the gap between videos, and there's no videos coming out at the moment, so part 2 needs to go up. I need to record the rest of the parts.
A little bit of content for people who are waiting, but
just a bit.
You showed me actually the other day a remaster of the cinematics for Republic Commando. I do have to say, I'll put the links in the description of this podcast, but it is some good. It's really good. The talent of some people.
Yeah, and I think that was just a fan made one.
Yeah,
they went,
it was just a fan made.
We're just gonna do it.
Just gonna do it just for the hell of it, and good on them. I was going to say 2 right, but that would make no sense. So 2 right. No, good on them, because just fan made. It's crazy how stuff like that can win. People that know what they're kind of fucking. Oh god, I'll start again. When you have people who know what they're doing and the tools at their disposal, and they can do that, which looks like they've almost painted over the original engine. It's just from memory of how the old ones used to be, because I'm pretty sure when the scene where it's showing Delta Squad, I'm pretty sure they all kind of look kind of like say it's been modelled over the original, like, I don't know, skeletons or whatever of the original.
Yeah, it's quite possible, because I think the animations are very similar.
Maybe. So, but no, Republic Commando is great. I've still got it. I'm still replaying it, and obviously you've got Sev's armor.
I do. It's sitting right next to me at the moment.
It is. It looks very fantastic. His arm's gone.
Yeah, he's missing an arm because it's kind of fell off.
Bless him.
I haven't put it back on yet, but it's still there. It's not broken. It's just the mannequin went, I don't want to do this anymore, and the arm fell off. So it's fine. It's fine.
But I guess one of your what would you say your biggest game is, or at the moment?
Well, at the moment, I recently bought the game Bug Snacks, because that's kind of been on my to-buy list for a while since PS5 came out. I don't have a PS5. No one does.
No one does,
No one
because the
does.
scalpers have had them
Well,
all.
the Scalpel's got the PS5s, but yeah, I've literally, like, the past couple of days I picked up Bug Snacks, and I'm really enjoying that. I'd say it's a happy, whimsical little game, but there's definitely a dark undertone to it that I haven't quite figured out yet where it's going. So I'm actually kind of excited. I'm having fun catching all these little bug snacks like Pokemon style and solving these puzzles and doing these little missions, but I'm like, there is something else going on, and I'm not sure what it is. It is. But yeah, aside from that, the last one I played was Spider-Man Miles Morales. I've just finished 100% completion of that, because I like to take my time and enjoy these games, because we have to wait forever for Spider-Man 2.
Which I think is only going to be PlayStation 5 exclusive at the moment as well.
Yeah,
which
so I will buy a
absolutely
PlayStation at that point.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Because I like both. I'm an Xbox man, but I do like me PS4. And PlayStation games, they have some good exclusives, because what I'm replaying recently is Uncharted 4, which is probably one of the best action adventure games I think ever. It's almost like playing a movie, like the set pieces and some of that game. It's just so much fun. And yeah, buddy, Nolan North and Troy Baker get a lot of smack for kind of being everywhere in the industry, but really I'd argue that Nolan North's kind of what put him on the map was Drake from Uncharted. So, and it's just that also is a game series that ended a satisfying, nice way compared to Naughty Dog's other shocking game, which oh no, I'm not going to get into it. This will go beyond an hour if I start talking about The Last of Us 2, and it's just complete mistreatment of beloved characters. So no, let's just say that I'm not a big fan. I mean, future, definitely The Last of Us 2 will come up, but not today. But I'm just going to shower praise on Uncharted, because I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm also replaying Spider-Man as well, the first one, because I will get Miles Morales at some point. But yeah, replaying that, and just the web swinging in that game is just so good.
I still wish it had a little bit more freedom of movement, a la Spider-Man 2, like for the PS2 and GameCube.
Yeah, I did always like the cannonball thing you could do in
Cannonball
Spider-Man
kick.
2. So a cannonball kick, and or just when you do two webs between two buildings and you can slingshot yourself.
Yes.
Like, I do kind of wish that something like that was in the newest ones.
It's just certain things, like even if you're holding down the web swing button in the new game, Spider-Man will let go and shoot his own webs out depending on the trajectory that he's going, and it does feel like on occasions it does take control away from you a little bit. It's not quite as fluid, but I can't really complain about it too much. I'd like them to finesse it a little bit more, maybe make it a little bit more physics based for the next one. But if they don't, it's not a big loss. It's not a huge loss, because they've found a way where it's more accessible to people, easier to do, but you've still got that really great feeling when you're playing it of like, oh yeah, no, I'm swinging. This is cool.
Yeah, I mean, just that is something you have to have down in any Spider-Man game.
Took us, 15 years for them to actually do it again?
They had Shattered Dimensions.
That didn't do it.
That didn't do it, although it did introduce noir, and I did enjoy that kind of some levels of the set pieces it had in some of the levels. It was like each one. Mysterio was the main villain in that as well, which obviously is a plus for me. But yeah, they had like the Noir, Black Suit Spider-Man, regular Spider-Man 2099, and each specific one had different mechanics, I believe. But anyway, that web swinging was so limited in those games, because it was very, very linear. It wasn't open world at all until obviously you got and then a few more games after that again didn't show it, and then we eventually got the Spider-Man PS4. And then hope was kind of maybe this one, because it's an open world and it's got Mr. Negative, who I've never heard of before.
I think he got introduced something like 2012, so in the grand scheme of things, he's a fairly recent villain. Like, I'd never read anything with him in it.
And then figuring out who in the E3 trailer who the main villain was, because it was showing all the Sinister. It was setting up Sinister Six, and then possible other who was going to lead them. Yes.
People were theorizing Mysterio because it's coming out at the same time as Far From Home.
I was hoping Mysterio back in the day as well, and I'm still hoping him for the sequel. Like, it's not just
he's in
not
that
just
universe.
He is because
established.
they cool little things in the game, like when you pick up the collectibles, he does a bit of dialogue option, and one of them is the fishbowl from Mysterio, and that's how he uses his tech for his lenses.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. But no, you were very, very excited to know who that leader of the Sinister Six was. I still remember.
Well, I don't think it's really a spoiler because it's been out for a while.
No. But anyway, spoiler alert for Spider-Man.
Just in case you haven't.
Just in case.
Because we know we'll still be accommodating.
I'll put a timestamp where we stop talking about maybe spoilery stuff. But
So it gets revealed very early on in the game. As soon as you figure out, this character's in it, that means they're going to be the villain. So it's not a massive thing, but yeah, it's the person who I have been referring to as my husband for 17 years. It's Dr. Otto Octavius, who I love, and I love him so much.
I remember you played it before, and I came over here and played the first section, and you were like, okay, if you're going to play any further beyond this point, you'll know who that main villain is. And I was like, okay. And then you said my reaction was exactly the same as yours, but maybe yours is a bit more excited. But you're like, oh my god,
I think I squealed because he's been my favorite Spider-Man villain since I was a kid, and he's my number 2 favorite villain of all time, falling short of Darth Vader. Darth Vader's been the number 1, will always be the number 1, will not be beaten. So yeah, I just to have another version of him in this game that is really narrative based, and broke my goddamn heart. Like, the ending of this game broke me for a solid day.
But he killed Aunt May.
Indirectly.
But he still did.
I'm a Doc Ock apologist.
That cannot be forgiven for that.
It's just that when he said, "Oh, you promised you'd never abandon me," I was like, "Ah!"
No, you knew what he was doing.
He knew it. He's an asshole, but he's an asshole, and I still love him. I will always love him.
Yeah, not to ramble too on, but Spider-Man is definitely a game that is up there. But I know that you're a humongous fan of the Fallout series.
Yes, well, I've not played the first 2 Fallouts. That was before my time, I think.
Even did I started with 3, to be honest.
Yeah, so, but before, I don't really get a huge amount of time to play games, and so there was a period before I was playing Miles Morales where I was just suddenly playing Fallout 4, because Fallout 4 was just fun. And I love that sort of the aesthetic that these Fallout games have of it's like the 50s Cold War, alternative, but future tech and post-apocalypse, and just everything about it is just, I think it's just so cool and so fun. Even though the ghouls freak me out, and if I have to do anything with ghouls, I hate it so much.
Nope.
I'm out. I will never go anywhere without a human companion, because even in game, I'm just like, I just want someone to talk to because I'm really scared.
Yeah, it's always a dog for me in 3 and 4. Although I played 3 to death, including the DLC, and it was probably the best time I've ever had. I played New Vegas and had kind of the same experience. And I don't know what it is with 4. I love the... I agree with you. I love the world and I love the setting and whatnot. But I think it was... I don't know what it was, but I just couldn't get into the story, I want to say, or it was one of those ones where I was like, oh, what happens next? What happens next? Yeah, it was one where I played a bit and then I stopped.
Yeah, the main story is definitely the weakest aspect of Fallout 4. Like, you don't really feel compelled to keep going on with it. The side missions and just the world exploration definitely takes the cake over finding out where your son went. Because by the time you figure out, like, the main plot point of it halfway through the game, I've kind of turned off the main story. I'm just doing everything else now. I'm traveling the waste with Nick Valentine, who is my bestie, and we go solve crimes together. I just need a trench coat, but I've got some cool armor which I'm not willing to give up.
Well, yeah. I mean, those are the most fun in the Fallout games, is especially when you come across the old vaults in the world. Those were some of the favourite like storylines of those that I played in 3 and 4, because just the whole kind of the vaults themselves, I think, is just really, really cool in that universe. Where like if you're rich and wealthy, well, okay, wait, that's the fucking same thing. If you're rich, you can come into this. You can avoid nuclear annihilation and come in these safe underground vaults for X amount of years.
But there's a catch.
There's a catch
Unless
sometimes.
you're in one of the control vaults, which is very rare. There's always a catch.
There's always a catch.
Vault Tech, here to fuck you up.
So, those are the most fun, and some of the storylines from memory were pretty good. So, but yeah, I don't know what it is with Fallout. Unfortunately, now with Fallout is I've got to the point where it's a bit like I think I have to wait a few years till I get another one.
Oh yeah, there's no way I'm touching 76.
Yeah, oh god no, 76 is a garbage fire. Still is. People can say that it's improved, but they're just nowadays it's a chance and that's it.
Yeah, I don't
Same
have
with Marvel's
time
Avengers.
to fuss with you. I don't have enough time in the day to be able to put aside to play games, so I'm going to get a finished product that's actually good over your half-finished. Maybe we'll make it better later, promise.
And these Fallout 4 has mods as well, so you can add to that experience, which is very, very appreciated.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting the Slocum Joe one. That just Slocum Joe puts donut shops in it, and you can get a frosted pink sprinkle donut paint job for your power armor. And I don't like the color pink apart from when it's on a donut, and then it's my favorite thing in the world. So I'm really half tempted to paint one of my power armors donut.
Well, I guess if it's in the game and it's free, why not?
Oh no, you have to pay for it because it's on the creation card.
Oh, it's a creation card.
This is why I haven't got it yet.
Oh, alright, okay.
But I have just found the Atom Cats recently, so I might get a nice paint job from the Atom Cats.
The Atom Cats.
Atom Cats, yeah, they're like a biker gang, but their bikes are power armor, and they do cool paint jobs. Okay. They're called the Atom Cats.
Right. Okay.
They're cool. I've only just found them recently in this scrapyard thing. I was looking for them. I was like, oh, they're around here somewhere. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I found the Atom Cats. So I got very excited, and that's as far as I've got to. There's the raider problem near them that I'm trying to deal with, and there's so many damn raiders. Well,
they've got to sprinkle the world. The beasties are the rad scorpions are always the ones that I freak out about, but they're so fucking cool again. And death claws. The meme is true. Even if you're level 1, you're running away, and even when you're like level 99, you still run away from death claws.
Thankfully, they're few and far between.
Powerful.
Oh god, yeah. As soon as I see one, I'm just like sneak away. Or what's it? Oh, what are they called? They're the robots that they're like
automatons.
I can't kill them. They kill me so quickly.
Well, it's the thing with Fallout games is the energy weapons just seem so OP unless you're wearing specific armor or stats. Yeah, energy weapons fuck you up if you're on certain, even if like they are medium difficulty. Yeah, like the range and like the aggro range of some things, like you get shot from like, where the hell did I just get shot?
Yeah, they've got
from?
like, an Iron Man like chest beam coming out of their face that just like decimates you, and like you're firing at them and it just like chips away at their health. I was doing a side quest to get all the next Nick Valentine's or his story stuff done, and we're in a police station looking for these Eddie Winter tapes, and there was a fucking automaton outside. And I couldn't fast travel away from it because you can't fast travel. There are enemies nearby. And alright, I'm peeking around this corner. It's firing at me and it's like knocking off all this health. I'm like, I'm stuck here. So I'm just like grab my companion. I even though you can't probably talk to them in game, I like talk to them out loud when I'm playing the game. I'm like, Nick, stay behind me, and just like leg it out of the police station as far down the road as possible. Like fast travel note. When can I get the fast travel? I've just managed to escape it. I'm like, we are not going there ever again because I don't know how to kill them. Oh god. Yeah, trying to loot. There was like this leftover military vehicles that had some loot in them. I was trying to get, and then I come out in the back of the vehicle and there's a bloody automaton, isn't there? And a big aggroed Mr. Gutsy. Those suck too.
Oh, Mr. Gutsy, yeah. Is that the one with... Yeah, I think of the right one.
Yeah, it's like Codsworth.
Yeah, and he has like a flamethrower and a massive buzzsaw blade. Yeah.
I'd rather fist fight a Mirelurk.
Any sort of robots in the Fallout games, they are friggin' hard
Apart
most
from
of the time.
Fisto. That's from New Vegas.
Oh, righto.
I haven't finished New Vegas. My PS3 died before I got to finish it. But Fisto, I think you go on a quest to find him. Is
he the one with the massive smiling face? Oh, I think.
Oh no, that's the one who. That's the cowboy one.
Is he one of the end? Yeah, I think he's like one. He's associated with one of the endings of the game.
Yeah,
I think.
I think he is.
Okay.
But no, Fisto is just one of the the standard like looks like old 50s robot with like the dome and welcome to blah 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 kind of thing. Basically, it was reprogrammed as a sex robot. So you go up to him and he just goes, "My name is Fisto. Assume the position."
Oh my god.
You have the option to test him out before you give it back to the person you were finding him for.
Right.
And it's like,
Yes.
do you test the product before you give it back? Do I get a payout if I do that? Do I get more money and go, yeah, test it?
What's your refund policy?
Hello, yes. Oh god, I know. You wouldn't want to let an old robot.
Well, they wouldn't
might
give you a
rip
refund
up.
anyway because it's been tampered with clearly. So, yeah, probably best to not try the product.
Let's not use no. We'll give Fisto to Benny and just like rip him a new one. Yeah, that'd be fun. Here, Benny, found you a sex robot.
If I'm thinking correctly as well, that was played by
It was a guy from Friends.
Yeah.
Was it Matthew Perry?
Matthew Perry. Yeah, it was Matthew Perry. Yeah, I thought I had a few big ones here and there, like Ron Perlman's the narrator.
Yeah. Liam Neeson's your dad who runs
He is.
away.
He is your dad. Yeah. So.
I never referred to him as dad when I was playing Fallout 3. I was like, oh no, Liam Neeson. Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon. I've lost Liam Neeson. Has anyone seen Liam Neeson?
I will find you, and I will kill you.
I will find you, Papa. You left me. Liam Neeson. Daddy Neeson. That sounds so wrong. No.
Getting that word nowadays is
you can't.
completely
It's ruined it. I meant that so innocently, and the internet ruins these things.
Just no. No.
Sorry, I didn't
Moving
bring
on.
the tone down enough with Fisto.
Yeah, it's
going
all
down
just
further now.
descended now. But back to Fallout. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Fallout. Where I don't think I need to play another Fallout for quite a while, and maybe it might be the last one. I'd be happy to end it where it is now, with how Fallout itself, because I don't know what it is about it. I think there's only so much you can do. I feel unless you move to another country, that'll be interesting.
I'd love a Fallout set
maybe
in London.
because there was a mod actually. Now it just clicked in my brain. There was actually a mod where it was London.
Oh, that's cool.
That was I think it was Fallout 4, but yeah, there is a full PC mod where they have. Fans have made this mod, and it's literally like red buses. It's in London, and it's got like instead of guns are like a rarity, so it's all melee weapons near enough. And I'm pretty sure there's some voice actors as well that have actually contributed to some of the characters. But yeah, I don't know what it is Fallout. I could probably be happy that I played my fill of it and then not need to buy another one. The same with or any other kind of other RPG like that. Like it's kind of the same how I feel about The Witcher and the Elder Scrolls games. Like any sort of fantasy RPG, I'd just go straight to the Elder Scrolls because I don't know what it is. I think I prefer Elder Scrolls over the Fallout series just because I think there's a bit more there. Saying that though, I do not know how this new Elder Scrolls is going to do excitement if they're not going to have dragons.
Yeah, I chose the only Elder Scrolls I've played is Skyrim, and then again didn't finish that because my PS3 died. So I do have the VR version on PlayStation 4 because I thought, Skyrim in VR would be hilarious. Skyrim in VR is blurry.
Blurry as
Oh
that
my
game.
god, that game needs a high definition
game.
makeover.
I mean, it was just a 10-year anniversary, literally a couple of days ago, and yeah, that shows its age. People can spice it up with mods and PC, and there is mods on the consoles, but yeah, that shows its age, especially with character interactions and dialogue and whatnot. And The old sayings, and I used to be a venturer like you, and then I took an arrow to the knee, and
Oh, I remember when that was a meme.
yeah, that was the
peak meme.
Yeah, that was peak. But yeah, like that. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna have that much enjoyment with the new one, but like I would only now just get a fantasy RPG. Either if it's going to be The Witcher or if it's going to be Elder Scrolls, and I kind of feel that with Fallout as well. I might maybe get another Fallout game in the future, but it might be one where it might be that's the point where like I haven't played it in so long, and I think I need to be in the right mood. I feel like I'll go back and go and play Fallout.
Yeah, I definitely have phases more than anything else. So I just like all I want to play is this because for some reason the aesthetic just hits nice on occasion. But I'd be happy to have another Fallout game in the next couple of years. Definitely not too burnt out enough on Fallout to play it, especially now that they've introduced like the settlement building stuff, which I find quite fun. They definitely need to do some improvements on that because the settlement building is awkward and the limit on what you can have in a settlement is really, really small. Because I like building massive fences around mine. I mean, once you do that, you can't really put much in there. So it's like, oh, that would be great. Sanctuary is like the one I focus on mostly. I've got like a bar in there. I've stolen my current like thing of if I see it, I'm gonna steal it. Is pool table balls. Because you can buy a pool table in the settlement, so I put one in there. I've nicked some pool cues and I pop them on there. And now I'm trying to find an entire set of pool balls, like sticker balls, to sit on the table. Also, I have an addiction for collecting Nuka-Colas. And in my house in Sanctuary, I have a shelf full of Nuka-Cola Quantums because I did that in Fallout 3. That was my thing of if I find a Quantum, I put it in my house in Megaton. So I'm doing the same thing here. And I've got another shelf for Nuka Cherry because that's one you can do a lot of collecting of in Fallout 4. It's my addiction.
Yeah, so that is so opposite of the play style that I have. I don't give really any time to that kind of creation kind of thing. I'm appreciative it's there, but I'm more of a I'll go and explore everywhere, and I'm kind of like the to kind of be how the game advertises it with the song Lone Wanderer, but I just got the dog meat with me. Like the settlement stuff, I'm just like nah, I'm not really fussed about that.
Someone who loves Minecraft, I just like building things.
But because hot take, I found Minecraft really boring.
Spicy.
Because I think once you've built your flaming giant genitalia, I don't know what else you can do in Minecraft. Like,
I can safely say I've never built that.
To be honest, that was not original. I nicked that line from Yahtzee.
Oh,
because he said it originally. It's like, well, once you kind of build your flaming cock and balls, like there's not really much else you can do in Minecraft to the imagination, which of course is a joke because there are players that have spent I think 10 years or something building the whole of Middle Earth.
Yeah, they've only
Minecraft.
Just finished, haven't they?
And they just finished. And
That's
bloody
insane.
Good on you, folks.
There's some
you
amazing mods in
legends.
Minecraft as well. Like, someone's built the entirety of Disneyland with working rides.
Oh wow!
Which I kind of want to go on because you can ride on Splash Mountain in Minecraft. It's great.
I mean, like the wonders of video games. That is obviously now like introduced into schools for architecture. Yeah, amazing.
You learn because there's a special version of Minecraft which has got more educational tools in it that you can license out for schools, which I think is fantastic. Is actually using an interactive medium as education because it sinks in your brain so much easier than having someone talk at you all day.
100%. If that was implemented way back when, I might have been more engaged. Even though I did
back
very
then
well
on our computers that were like
good point.
Good
point.
Windows 95 we were running on.
Square monitors and
the rollable mice that kept getting stuck.
Yeah, and they become sticky. You had to take it out, and they're really heavy. You threw that at someone, that really did hurt.
Are you speaking from experience? No. Okay.
Definitely.
Did you throw it or did you get thrown at?
I definitely got one thrown at me. That's for sure. I mean, school it was a bit patchy in places. For some reason, I was put in the worst. For those who don't know, I have ADHD. It's not actually that bad anymore. I used to take medication though, and for some reason in my earlier years, I think like year 9, I was put into the worst group ever of like the kind of the underachievers, but mainly they're just bullies. I have no idea why. Even the people that organised it said, I don't know why I put you in that group. I was like, yeah, neither do I, because I don't think I was that bad. I mean, yeah, I was a bit distracted.
Neither do I, he says, as a wired mouse goes flying past his head.
Even if, but I mean, it kind of, I guess if anything, it did help give me a harder skin. So nothing that is said nothing can offend me ever, because of the things that I was called, and like, I'm friends with you, but I'm not. I'm still gonna punch you, kind of attitude of the people in the in this group. But yeah, it kind of gave me a good life lesson of, like, anything that's said is gonna bounce off me, because I've got this tough outer skin from this experience of being in this group. But no, that's a bit of a tangent with the mouse throwing. So no, definitely one of those did throw back. One of them threw me at me back in the day.
I just remember using word art a lot on Microsoft Word and making the headers of like the essays you write pretty with like the big chunky. I think I just used to go for rainbow, because it's like all the colours. The colours are so pretty. It's rainbow or the blue wave, that one.
Yeah, the blue wave, your PowerPoint.
I was a master at PowerPoint.
Yeah, my mind just going to PowerPoint.
I did transitions, I did animations, like sound thingies. Know how to do a...
You know what makes me laugh is if people got this far and they're obviously like not in our age range, they're thinking, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember, I think the year I was in was the year they actually introduced IT classes into my school. So, like, I was literally one of the first, like, in the first year to actually be taught IT with computers. And it's crazy to think that it's like, they only just introduced computers into the school back in the mid to late 90s. Because, yeah, I was born in 94, so... God, that was like I think it was halfway through me going through primary school. So yeah, that was like late 90s we actually got computers. And now everyone's got a computer in their pocket.
In their pockets.
The younger kids don't know how hard they have it.
No.
I didn't have the internet till I was 13. We didn't have a computer at home.
100%. I would have been worse now if I had an iPad at a younger age. I think I'd be even worse for concentration and stuff. 100%. I think I'd probably be still taking stuff nowadays.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just concentration. So maybe it's good in that sense that we didn't have the technology. When
it was wet playtime, we had people would fight over the game of Connect 4 when we couldn't go outside and play because it was like pissing it down. You'd be like, who gets into the cupboard with the board games first? So we played that on our lunch break. Play Connect 4 or dominoes. No one knew how to play dominoes. We just stack them up into shapes and knock them down. It was great.
Yeah. There was only a few select activities for sport that I enjoyed. I really enjoyed badminton. I kind of still do. Yeah. So volleyball and really half and half in football. But anytime it was rugby and it was bitter cold, and it's like, no, I don't fancy getting kicked in the head. Or stud to the leg, or...
Bog Shot was the worst thing, and I refused to run it. I walked it. My teachers were not impressed.
I love cross country as well.
Yeah,
that was
what
great.
we called it the Bog Shot.
Okay. Righto. You hated it.
Most of the school hated it. They'd hide teachers behind trees, so you couldn't just cut the corner and just go back and like get changed. It's like, I don't want to be... okay, there was one time I did try and take it seriously. And we call it the Bog Shot because for some reason that you're going to do it in winter when it's been raining and there's literally mud up to your ankles. And I lost a shoe. These are proper, I was using my football shoes. They had the spikes on the bottom, and I lost a shoe in the mud and I slipped. And I landed in the mud. And they put PE in the middle of the day. So then I've got to clean up and get ready to have the rest of the day at school trying to get all this bloody mud off me within the space of 10 minutes in a changing room. That's stress. Don't need that in my life. I'm still unfit. PE's never made me fitter as a human being. So go away. I'll buy gym equipment on my own time.
Yeah, so it's just gym now.
Yeah, I do miss the gym. Work means I can't gym.
Although now I have to kind of not get... too big or too fat, otherwise I'm not going to fit into my new Spider-Man costume that I've been waiting 2 years to bloody wear.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have to make sure I don't put on any weight. I need to lose it more than anything else.
So that's something that is going to have to be maintained. So
sorry, I thought I'd just join in.
No, it's fine. Again, this is about filtered. Again, if the first 5 minutes now, like the last 5 minutes ish, because these podcasts are going to be around like an hour. If people still here, then hello. But if they get it, they get it. If they don't, then they've left already. So it's absolutely fine. I guess one last thing which I've got on the top of this. There's so much more Chungus will be appearing again in the future. That is for sure. But I guess the quick one, and a reason why, which I've got here, is: has a film or game or TV made you buy something the main character has in that?
I'm a cosplayer. The answer is yes.
Yes.
To everything, pretty much. If I like the character.
Anything specific though? That's your favourite, or?
Well, I tell you what, I made a recent purchase when I went out to Forbidden Planet with my buddy Chris. They've released a bunch of Doctor Who merch, like brand new Doctor Who merch. I nearly got a T-shirt which had this dead, decaying master on it that says "Only hate keeps me alive." And sometimes I do feel like that. That's a genuine mood. Sometimes I only exist out of spite. But there's a pin badge. That is the back of Ace's jacket, who is where my nickname comes from. She's the companion to Sylvester McCoy's Doctor. She's the best. And it's on the back of her jacket it says Ace, and it's done this particular style, and that pin badge is that. So I literally bought that because it said Ace, and it was that style, and I was like, I'm buying this immediately. And I have got her jacket, but I still haven't completed finding all the pins for that, because it's impossible finding all the pins from the 80s in the noughties and later on. So it's an unfinished jacket, but it'll do. But anything, well, weapons and things too.
Now that I think about it, like I guess what I should have said is first thing you bought, but that's
First thing would have been, well, technically the first thing is the Stormtrooper Armor.
Okay.
That would have
Very
been
first thing.
That was my first ever cosplay, and Ace came second.
Yeah.
So the Stormtrooper, well, I didn't buy it with my own money because I was quite young. I begged for it for like 6 months.
Anything non-cosplay though, like just anything like in a film. Like for example, my first one I put on my list actually. The first thing that came to my head was like, what did I see that from a character and think, oh, I want those. It was actually from iRobot. I bought leather Converse because I saw Will Smith's character buy them, and I thought, oh my god, because I was massive into Converse.
I might have a similar answer to that.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't wear them anymore. But yeah, Will Smith's character had leather Converse, and thought, oh, I like those. I want to get black ones out.
I bought cream-coloured Converse because of David Tennant's Doctor Who. Because Doctor Who was my big thing when I was in my teens. Because we didn't have anything Star Wars, and Spider-Man was very hit and miss.
Wow.
Because
three.
Spider-Man 3 was, and then so Spider-Man stopped. Star Wars stopped because Spider-Man in 2006, Star Wars stopped in 2005, and Doctor Who started in 2005 again. So that was kind of my thing. So yeah, I think I bought a pinstripe suit, already not even anywhere near close to David Tennant's. It was a black pinstripe ladies suit and a pair of cream Converse. So that might be it as well. We might be Converse twins.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, but I didn't get the right ones. I got low tops, not high tops, because I didn't realise high tops were a thing. So I was an idiot.
Yeah.
But now I have cream high tops.
Yeah.
Because they're cool.
Always high tops. Okay, there. Yeah, because mine is Will Smith. iRobot Converse.
I totally didn't ever used to bring a sonic screwdriver to school though. I definitely didn't do that. I pretended to unlock doors with a sonic screwdriver. Definitely didn't do that.
Well, it is coming up. I'm gonna I'm gonna try to keep these just under an hour, if not running over, depending how intense the topic is. But thank you for being on the very first one.
Thank you for having me.
That's all right, and you will return, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you will return. Yeah. We have so much more. There's a whole probably podcast that's just going to be dedicated to Mass Effect.
Yeah, because I need to play that before. Yeah. Disclaimer, I have started to play Mass Effect. Again, this is when my PS3 died, and now they brought out the Legendary Edition. I'm going to play it.
With everything, and then I replayed them recently, and there's a lot of praise and a few minor annoyances that I do want to talk about.
I'm just in it for Garrus. I will probably only ever talk
Garrus,
about
Garrus'
calibrations.
Yes.
I'm quite romantic when it comes to games I've discovered. I'm just like, who can I date? I'm just so lonely.
I just like those stories of people saying how when they did it, the one time they didn't choose the Garrus love playthrough, and then he ends up being with Tally, they almost felt betrayed. It's like, how dare you go off with someone else and not with me?
Not me.
Oh, great! So I'm looking forward to a full conversation.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to when we get to gush about Spider-Man, because I've done a little bit of gushing over Otto, and you'll bet I'm just gonna gush over Otto a bit more in about 4 weeks' time.
Of course. So until then, thank you for listening. And like I say, anything we mentioned of, I don't know, I'll put in the description. So until next time, all of that. Until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye.